Okay, I know I'm cheating a wee bit here with this 10 to 2 time I keep mentioning, but I'm in my local hardware store here, and I couldn't resist when I seen the clock times all at 10 to 2. Well, I've had to take an alternative parking spot today up at Armory. The car park at the hall is absolutely chock-a-block. So I'm along here, I'm pointing the camera over to Crieff or Crieff that I was up the other day ago. Was that last week? Crikey, I can't even remember now. Must have been. But it was very stormy. You can't quite see the top from here right enough, but that's my usual spots. That's Armory Church over there. That's the kirk. And the old hotel, which is under renovations, I've sometimes mentioned. And of course, oh, Andrew, what's that as a sign? The hills that I normally point my camera are over that way. Anyway, and if you come around the car, the sun's glazing, but that's over to Glenlochan and the mountains that I enjoy doing. So we'll just sit this way for a change. You probably see the start of the this vlog that I was in my local hardware store, and I often go in. It's not a B&M or anything like that. It's a well-established store in the town, and they get good quality stuff. But what I do find is good quality is a particular stuff that I use for one of my OCD. Well, that's what I've got there. I won't give the brand name, but it's a kitchen floor mop, and this one is a bathroom cleaner. I didn't mean to get the label in there, but so I kind of collect these during the spring and summer. I mean, my house is absolutely clean, don't get me wrong, but when I have these OCD moments, it's wonderful just to take the opportunity to go and highly polish the taps and stuff in the bathroom, and it's almost like it being absolutely spotless clean and then cleaning it over again, and that applies to other areas of the house. So this is one benefit of having OCD, is which only occurs, I have to say, during the winter months. It's because of seasonal affective disorder. It's one of the symptoms with me, apparently. And the only downside, that doesn't sound like a good word. The only downside from it all is I tend to go through about 25,000 rolls of kitchen paper. What do you call it? Kitchen rolls over a winter. I just keep cleaning things, even clean the washing machine inside and out. Can you believe that? I'm always looking for something to clean. So it's a gorgeous day. I mean, this kind of weather in October, this is like worth, a sunny day in autumn, in my opinion, is worth about 10 days sunny weather in July. It really is. If you think of the rain and the damp and the cold and stuff you can get as the winter approaches. It's very beautiful out here. Look at the grasses. I mean, I really enjoy looking at grass through the sunlight. It's a bit of a hobby of mine, actually. I do collect grass. Look. Well, I haven't collected any for crikey, more than, it's now 2 years. At 2 years old, the grasses that I have in my house, that I put in little jugs and stuff here and there, and they don't ever fade, because that's the maximum fade point. The way I'm showing you just now, that's as far as it goes. So you can keep them for 20 or 30 years and they'll still be exactly the same. Quite amazing. And look at that gate. Although that's a metal gate, I really like gates like that with the spars just enough between, you know, when you're, whether you're climbing over them or leaning against the gate. Let's go and lean against the gate. I'll show you what I mean. Over that way is Wades Road. Excuse me. I hope the wind doesn't pick up too much. Yeah. I like wooden gates more than metal gates. But and this one's just a little bit. It's just a little bit low. But what I'm trying to say is, if you lean on the gate, so this should have been about that height. It should be another 6 to 8 inches higher. But can you see where my foot is? On the first spar. Well, the second spar actually in this one. Let's go to the first spar. And then lean. So yeah, it's short by 6 to 8 inches. You can spend a long time leaning on a gate. Just staring into space. And thinking about things. And listening to the wind. Yeah, I meant to say that I'm in the Clio. The Clio was returned back to me. What happened when I came down from Harris, I was coming down the A9 north of Pitlochry, just after Killiecrankie, and some clown pulled out in a minibus in front of me from a lay-by. I was okay. I mean, there was no immediate danger, but the up and down movement of the clutch had resulted in something happening. And then the next stage, just before Pitlochry, I was around there was a black Audi right up me, and I had to quickly slam on my hazard lights, let them know there was a problem, but I couldn't get my clutch to move at all. It wouldn't go down, and eventually it did go down, but it wouldn't come back up. I thought, and I mean, I say before about having, well, it's just the right place at the right time, that slip road for going off the A9 into Pitlochry, and so I managed to pull it to a halt safely. Anyway, it was a major fault, so I'm with the RAC, and it was the night it was the 8th of September. That's when it was, because the guy from the appointed breakdown service, I was there for over an hour, just fucking standing and waiting. He came up. He had dealt with exactly the same problem, a floored clutch, and he had taken the vehicle. RAC had called him, and or at least he had gone back to Blair Athol, and he said, "I've got another call out for you." He says, "I've seen him. He's down. I know where he is. I'll go and get him." When he came out of his vehicle, he said to me, "I don't think the Queen's going to make it." And just as he went round his vehicle doing some stuff on his radio, there was some words mentioned. And I said, "Well, it looks like Her Majesty's passed away." So it all happened within that 10-minute period. Well, we don't know that, because obviously they may have held back on the news for whatever reasons. But that was just to identify the date. Anyway, in the piss and rain, because it was an absolutely dreadful way the night turned out, and so we drove down over the Small Glen and stuff, and it was actually quite horrendous. So he dropped my car off at my home address. Why am I telling you all this? This is a long story for fuck all. The point of the matter is I got my clutch fixed, but the garage, because they had to dismantle the battery, meant I'd lost my radio. And anyone knows anything about this means you've got to obtain your radio codes and pop it in. Well, I done it anyway. I done it today. It's a roundabout way of doing it, but I got it done. So I've got this Clio back in action, and it's a joy to drive something so. I mean, the big vehicle's all right, but it's and this is great for shooting along the single track roads to the mountains.